Hello, and welcome to Spicing It Up. I'm your host, Maria de Guzman, and with me today is Cal Custer. Cal, how are you today?
Doing very good. How are you doing, Maria?
I'm doing very well. So, Cal, tell me a little bit about yourself.
So I'm a student here at MTSU, and I love to cook. My biggest inspiration is my grandma, who's been teaching me how to cook since I was 12. You know, I got a big family. I cook for them all the time, and I bake for them all the time.
Oh, that's precious. So, what's your specialty?
So I love cooking. I cook a great turkey. You know, it's really difficult to get it moist, you know, because turkey's so dry. But we're going to be focusing on cornbread today.
Ooh,
right.
That sounds great. Do you want to come over to my house and cook some cornbread?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, sure.
Well, you're going to cook it right now. So, what are you going to have? What ingredients do you have for us today?
These are the ingredients today. So we have baking soda, all-purpose flour, cornmeal, butter, salt, eggs, and sugar and milk. We're going to be running by the measurements while we're going through it. So we're going to start off with the butter. Can you hand me the butter, please?
Sure thing.
Yeah, both sticks.
Oh boy, if I can, because I have short arms.
It's
I'm
all
a
right.
short person with very small arms.
So we're going to take 2/3 of the butter, right? Right here. So we're going to cut out, because each one is about, this is about 1/3 of a butter right here. This is 1/3, so you want 2/3, right? And you want it softened, right?
That would explain why it was very hard to cut.
Yes, exactly. So you want it softened butter, and you'll see why in a second. I'm going to drop it in there. Can you hand me the towel?
Sure thing.
Because I got butter on my hands.
Oh, look, surprise. It's a towel.
Oh, yeah.
So here you go. Here's this towel for you.
Thank you.
I'll move these out of the way.
Okay, can you hand me the sugar? This might
Okay.
be startling to you, how much sugar I'm about to put in this. It's right here.
Oh, that's right, because I can't read.
It's okay.
So this is sugar.
Right, and this is, my family likes it pretty sweet. This is my grandma's recipe.
Oh.
Again, right?
All these containers are really confusing.
Right, so you can go lighter or more if you want, but this is a proper amount for us. It's 1 cup of sugar.
Oh, wow.
I know, right?
Does your grandma make it like this?
Yes, she does.
So it's going to be
It's not a day-to-day thing, especially if you're on a diet or something like that. I
or
mean,
if you have diabetes.
yeah. You should step away. My grandpa actually has that, so
Yeah,
he's
my
kind of.
dad has that too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of sad.
Yes, it is.
So, do you cook this often? Like, I know you cook it during Thanksgiving, but
Right. Well, if the mood strikes me, I do. I cook it on the occasions when we all get together and we all want something, you know, nice and warm to fill our stomachs and all that. But yeah, it's pretty good.
do you make it for your friends as well?
No, it's not something I make for my friends too often. But recently I've been making it.
That's good.
Right, because it's been so cold. Right.
Yes.
So you want that. Can you hand me the, so we're going to have that in there. And can you hand me the flour?
The flour?
Right. And we're going to have the dry section right here.
Oh, so it's split up into
It's going to be split in, right, into the wet and the dry. It doesn't necessarily have to be done like that, but that's the way I was taught by my grandma, because I don't know, that's the old way of baking, right? So this is about, so you want 2 1/3 cup of flour, right?
That's a lot of flour.
Right. It is a lot of flour. This is
Because my mom used to make, not cornbread per se, but she used to make a lot of bread when I was a child.
right.
And she used to use a bread maker. Do you prefer not to do that?
No, I like to make it from scratch like this.
Okay.
And just mix it up like this. I think it's just more hands-on.
Do you like to make a mess like that as well?
Yes, I love getting flour all over my shirt, you know. It's
I
very
do
nice.
too. It's just fun. It's just fun making a mess in the kitchen.
It is.
But it's always not fun to clean it.
Yeah.
That's always.
I'm going to mess up your entire studio if that's what you're saying.
Oh, that's great. We've always wanted an ant infestation around here.
That's good. Well, cockroaches like flour, right? Can you hand me the cornmeal, please?
Cornmeal.
Right.
Oh my goodness. This
Exactly.
is a lot.
We're not going to pour the whole thing in here. It's going to be 1 cup of cornmeal, though.
1 cup.
Right, 1 cup of cornmeal.
Oh my goodness. So, oh wow, there it goes again.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Flour's pretty easy to get off.
It's fine.
That's what the towel is for.
That's what yes, exactly. Yeah. This show is brought to you by towels.
Exactly.
So.
There you go. And what this cornmeal does, it just adds the grittiness and the flavor, you know, obvious of corn. But because of that cornmeal is so heavy and so dense, we're gonna have to add extra baking soda to it. So it's gonna be more than usual. But
wait, you mean to tell me that cornbread isn't made with actual corn?
It is. That's what cornmeal is. It's just.
But like you put like corn in it. What? That's insane.
Okay. So you want.
The more you know.
Yeah. So you want 4.5 tablespoons of baking powder, right?
4.5 tablespoons.
Yeah, 4.5 tablespoons.
You know.
No, teaspoons. Sorry.
Oh, teaspoons? Okay,
yeah,
sounds good.
That would have been.
That'd be a lot of baking soda.
A lot of baking powder.
That would be an overload. Like there's so much baking soda, but not enough flour.
Exactly. Here you go.
Well, it's looking pretty good so far.
Can you hand me the salt, please?
The salt?
Yes, the salt. It's right on top of the eggs. Yes.
I see it now. I see the light, and it is
so
salt.
It's just, you want one teaspoon, right?
And that will. What is salt usually used for in baking? Because I see a lot of people.
It's actually a flavor enhancer. You know how like in Chinese food there's MSG and all that. That's what salt basically is.
Oh, okay.
It's just a flavor enhancer. You know, people think that, oh, I'm just going to get this horrible salty flavor, but no, it actually enriches the sweetness of everything, enriches the corn flavor in.
Wow.
And cornbread, right. Can you hand me the eggs, right?
All right, and I'm gonna give you 3?
Yes, 3 eggs,
Okay, if I can open it. And I did, and here it is. 1, 2, and 3.
Right, okay. Do you want to help me crack it?
Sure, I'm gonna make a mess, but you know what, that's what we're here for.
Well, we've already made a mess, right?
Yeah, that's right. That was the smoothest way I've ever opened eggs. That's
Always
incredible.
get organic, right?
Oh.
Organic or cage-free.
You know what? I will try when I make $1 million a year.
Okay.
Yes, we're not quite at that level at the show.
Right.
All right. Oh,
Okay.
oh, look, another towel.
There you go.
Magic.
You just get a flair to it.
So milk.
Yeah. No.
Here's the milk
Okay,
there.
so we're gonna use this. We're gonna grab a cup and 2/3 of it of milk.
Can you use any kind of milk?
I'd rather stick to whole milk or 2% that we're using right now.
Yeah.
And,
Brought to you by 2% milk.
Brought to you by 2% now. And that's just to go lighter on the fat. I'm a very messy cook, by
It's
the
fine.
way,
We
as
all
you guys can tell, right? And then we're going for 2/3. 1 cup and 2/3. There you go.
Sounds good.
Right. So, can I ask you to stand over here? Actually, here, take this and make sure all those ingredients are well mixed. Take that fork.
There's a fork.
Right.
I've never mixed with a fork, with a plastic fork before.
I know, right?
It's baking on a budget.
Baking on a budget. Just steal from the KUC.
Just don't do that. Don't steal. Appropriately
Don't steal.
buy.
Okay.
Because
Buy from the store.
yes, because we need to help our economy.
Right.
Wow, that actually, that's the wet side. I was wondering
that's
why it
wet.
was wet, wet, because there was sugar and butter in it.
Right. The sugar is just to see it well mixes in with all the liquid and like dissolves in all the liquid. So it's going to be a nice even spread of sugar. Like
Okay.
when we pour this all in.
All right.
But
yeah,
yeah,
I'm
it's gonna
trying
be
to
good.
spread these ingredients out as much as possible.
That's okay.
Because it's just an excess of flour.
Right.
Oh my.
Since this is a bigger bowl here, we're going to pour that in here
Yay.
for size purposes, right?
All right. So hopefully I don't make an entire
So
mess.
just take that fork that you were working
Oh
with.
no.
And
I put it away.
I know.
All right.
Put it in, just dump it in nice and slow. There
Okay,
you go.
I'll try.
There you go. just a bit at a time.
This is like teamwork.
Yes,
This
it
is good. How do you do this by yourself?
I don't know. I just do. I manage.
You don't think about the process.
Plus, like I said, it's something to do when you're around a lot of people, and it's for family gatherings and stuff like that, right?
Okay.
So it's not just for when you're by yourself.
Oh, so it's like a bonding thing as well.
Yeah, like I said, I learned it. It was one of the first things I learned with my grandma, and this was one of the first things that her mom taught her. So it's just a nice.
Oh, it's like a nice family tradition.
Yeah. And you get something very tasty at the end.
Yeah, so when you have kids of your own, you can like pass down to them.
Yeah, I'll
and
just
they'll
teach them
their
some cornbread,
kids.
right?
Aw, that's
She always taught me to make fudge as well, which I
Right.
could come on again and teach you
That would be
how to
great.
make fudge.
Just
Yeah.
come over to like the show every day.
Right.
So you're just gonna pour it in when it's done, or when you're done mixing it.
I'm gonna let you pour it in. Actually,
Oh,
yeah.
I don't think that would be good, because I'm a
Well-
very slow pourer.
That's okay. So we're just gonna wait until all these chunks are gone. So it takes a little bit, and you want to actually like lift it up with a bra, right?
Okay.
Lift it up and aerate it, get it nice and creamy.
All right. So, do you have any idea what it's gonna look like when it's done?
Yeah, I do. It's right here. So after you pour it in, right, you want it to have a nice even base. This is enough, by the way, to make about 2 pans worth.
Sounds good.
So if you want, just to make 1 pan, I would cut the ingredients in half. Right, so that's what it looked like. You throw it in the oven.
Our fancy schmancy oven
Our
down
fancy oven, fancy schmancy,
here. Fancy schmancy.
at 400 degrees for 22 to 25 minutes. And our end product looks something like this, right? I like it a bit crispier, so I go towards the
Wow.
other end of it.
It's even in a new pan.
Right.
That's incredible.
Do you want to taste it?
Yes, I would love to.
Okay.
That's what I'm here for.
Yes.
Everyone just gives me free food, and
Okay.
it's great.
Is that the biggest perk of
Yes,
the shop?
it is.
Okay.
I love working on this show. They said, "Come eat free food," and I said, "Why, certainly." You gonna try it with me?
Yeah, of course.
We
There you
should
go.
try it together.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers. This is so good.
My family usually douses it with butter, like I told you before.
It's good. I normally don't like cornbread. Fun
yeah?
fact. I don't like a lot of foods, I've come to find. But it's such a fantastic cornbread. Like, I love it a lot.
Yeah?
I
I
think the
appreciate
reason
that.
why I don't like much cornbread is because it is made in a bread machine, and I've never had it from scratch.
Oh, okay.
So
Right.
I will keep that in mind. I'll actually make this at
Right.
home.
Just add more sugar
Yeah.
if you want it more sweeter.
So
right?
can you tell me a little bit more about the ingredients? Like, what
Right.
do we have to use all of these?
So right, it's 2 1/3 cup of butter. It's 2 1/3 cup of all-purpose flour, which is just bleach. It's not the wheat. If you want to use those, then it's fine, but it will just taste differently, right? You need 1 cup of sugar, 3 eggs, whatever type, large type eggs, organic or cage-free, right? And then 1 2/3 cup of milk, either 2% or whole milk. I usually use whole milk, but we're using 2% right now.
Sounds great. I think it works better with 2% anyway.
And 1 cup of cornmeal.
Always gotta have it, or
Right.
else it'll just be plain bread.
And to get it to this height, right?
Need baking soda.
Baking soda.
Well, every day will be Thanksgiving in my house.
Right.
Well, that's it for the show. I'm Marie de Guzman. See you later.
Bye.